Oompa loompa doompity doo. I've got another podcast for you. Rugby League and NFL too. Listen to my podcast just for you. Yeah! Well, welcome once more to the journey that is PQ's Gospel of the Oval Ball. And I just want to start by saying thank you to you, the listener and watcher, who has given me the opportunity to share my thoughts on what I consider the greatest game. Huge news coming out of West London this week. The big news on the training paddock is that, yes, we are returning to action. And the heartbeat that is the Brotherhood family of westswarriors is that with the Challenge Cup draw now firmly upon us and in our sights and round one just around the corner, the training schedule has now been released. And it all begins on Tuesday, just after the draw itself. All training sessions will be at Wasps FC in Acton, W39QA. That's 9, Q for Quilly, A for Artiste. First one, as I say, is on Tuesday the 5th of December, 7:30 till 8:30. That's going to be brutal. Following week on Monday the 11th at 7:30 to 8:30 for the hour. Then following again on Monday the 18th of December, same time, 7:30 to 8:30. Then post-Christmas and post-New Year, we're back on Wednesday at 7:30 to 8:30. And the following Monday the 8th of January, 7:30 till 8:30. All are going to be over at Wasps. Make sure you wrap up, bring plenty of water because it's going to be a toughie. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great time to be alive and part of the westswarriors brand that is in the vision of my brother, your brother, our brother, the Kimbo Parkinson. Let's go. Don't forget to get your listening gills around the radio set and the internet on Tuesday at 6:40 and BBC Radio Manchester for the first and second round draws of the Ultimate Cup competition. That is the Challenge Cup that will see the Brotherhood of the Westswarriors in the bag for the upcoming draw. Round 1 dates are the weekend of the 13th and 14th of Janvier. Round 2, 27th, 28th of Janvier as well. And then round 3, 10th and 11th of February. So make sure you got those dates off work, dates in your diary. Ensure you're going to be there. Don't forget, if we're at home, it's a mixed grill. If we're on the road, it's going to be whatever the M62 can throw at us. Yeah, up the Brotherhood. Let's go up the Wars. If you want to be part of the family, get in touch. All the links to get in touch with Warriors I'm going to post below in the description section. Want to give a big shout out to my brother from another St Helens mother, Louis, up in WA10, who's just started his new business, Athena Forte. Fashion for change. Athena Forte, known in Greek mythology as the wise and strategic goddess, embraces the ideals of wisdom, strength and benevolence. Therefore, with every Athena Forte purchased, this carries with it a remarkable purpose: to extend a helping hand to those experiencing homelessness. So, give my lad a follow, give it a like, give it a share. If you like what you see, make a purchase. That's all they're asking you to do. And the way the weather's going, I suggest 2 or 3. Dubs up for my brother Louis. Great incentive, great idea. Well done, my brother. And all the links that you need can be found at the bottom of this podcast. They'll all be there for you to follow, like and share amongst everybody. With all the good news that's going on in the rugby league world at the moment with the Challenge Cup and everything thereabouts, and unfortunately for the N22's finest, it couldn't have come at a worse time, whereby the funding from the RFL has been stripped right out. So the club has had to step away from League One. And there's going to be a link at the bottom for you to follow their crowdfunding efforts. But if you could share amongst everyone, because there's a lot of players, young and old, that have gone through the system there and progressed on to greater things. The work they do in the community is top notch. They're still bringing young players through. They're having the Haringey Tag Festivals. They're having the Camden Tag Festivals, all the North London festivals. Over 300 children playing the greatest game. So if we can get some help to them, hopefully in the long term, they'll be back in League One and new pathway for the next generation of players to come through Links in the bottom, in the description. Thank you very much and good luck for the future. So with the draw just around the corner, let me take us on a journey that began all the way back in January 2023 that would see westswarriors enter the Challenge Cup first round. So on a cold Sunday in January, all the lads would turn up at Wasps West 5 in Acton, trying to secure their spot for the first round draw away to skirlaugh. No stone left unturned, no mixed grill left. All would be there on the training paddock, a session and a half that would seal the deal for some but not others, because there will be other opportunities in the build-up that we will talk about later on. But this game, a cold day, every brother coming together for each other, ready to unleash their beast and try and secure that all-important spot on the players' coach for the journey up. Another opportunity would present itself a Sunday prior to Broncos, where another 37 of us rocked up to Kings Hall Sports Grounds in Hammersmith after an early bird breakfast at Witherspoon's Maxi Grill. Not early enough for a mixed grill, had to settle for the breakfast after an hour's sleep after an extravaganza of warehousing. Gloriously sunny day. The HC was going to pick for his 20-man squad for the journey to skirlaugh. And what an afternoon it proved. It was terrific rugby league being played. Great sportsmanship, some great individual talent out there, as always. It was all down to London Broncos to go and watch. Yes, I haven't forgotten you, son. We went out to watch the brother make his London debut. Yeah, the Bass. The Jared Bassett turning it on at the Cherry Red Records Stadium for his home debut. And he had the biggest roar known to London Broncos when he stepped out onto that field of green, plying his trade. Boy, didn't let us down. And then on a personal note, my number 9, Bill Leyland, comes on from St Mary's and Invicta Panthers, scores within 1 minute of being on the pitch. Incredible scenes. Incredible scenes. A great afternoon. London Broncos setting out their stall on a cold day in South London, turning over Batley Bulldogs for a really good start to the season, or so we thought, and we know what happened for the rest of the season. But that particular day was a great opening, really good day, really cold day, no sleep, and still made it back in one piece. So a really good start to the season and a really good start to the pre-season for the Brotherhood that is the westswarriors. Our journey would begin with the round 1 draw that would pit us against the Kings of the East of Yorkshire and skirlaugh in the Challenge Cup. Westswarriors, we would proudly travel as far north as we could go, maybe not as far as the Vikings of Jarrow, but I've been informed, lovely part of the world, as far east before you were in the sea. So a warm welcome on a cold day was always going to be on the cards for the greatest game in the first round of the Challenge Cup. The game would unleash some expected results, and some of the new faces are Prince Athato, Daniel Munt unleashing, Young Bo returning, Dom the Devastator out in the middle, and all being directed and composed by the young hammer that is Henshaw, and Jack Payne bringing his A game under the leadership and guidance of young KP, and Chris Williams loitering with intent to get his claws into the opposition of skirlaugh. It would be left up to the 17 legends that would travel the 225 miles to the east of the Pennines to deliver a performance that would see the Brotherhood become victorious in round 1 of the Challenge Cup and see us into the hat for round 2 with a stunning 26-16 victory on the road that would put the wind up the NCL teams just a little bit. And that's all you need to do to get noticed. If the word gets out on our Brotherhood, everyone's going to want to take a piece of us, and they're not going to get chance to. Roll on round 2. Who would we see in round 2 of the draw? This would all become apparent on BBC Radio 2 and the Red Button. We would then be in the hat for the second round of the greatest cup competition that there is. And who would we be pitted against this time? Could it be one of the big NCL giants? Would it be one of the Yorkshire League champs? Would we meet the Vikings again? We would see, and only that will be revealed on BBC Radio 2 and all good outlets. We would see, and we'd all be sitting around the table waiting, anticipating for BBC to tell us who, where and when our second round fixture would be. Who would get the pleasure of taking on the Brotherhood that is the Westswarriors? We would see. Waiting for the draw to come out for the second round. Out would pop the names and the numbers. Westswarriors would be pitted against London Chargers. Ugh. We just played them in the grand final. Incredible game. We'd had two mammoth matchups with them in the previous season in order to get to this position. Such a shame we ended up playing them in the Challenge Cup, but this would show the best that London has to offer in the second round of the Challenge Cup. Who would be victorious? Prior to the game, the Witherspoon's Maxi Fry would have been consumed with a passion with a couple of rounds of tea, setting us up for a nice afternoon on a windswept, rain-swept day. Would we be victorious? Oh, I'd like to think so. The weather did play its part. The lads stood firm. Incredible defence against an onslaught from the brothers from South West London. We stood firm though. We scored first. And then that set the platform for the rest of the afternoon. It was a typical SCL battle being played out in front of the cameras for YouTube and show that London Rugby League has more to offer than just Broncos and beyond. This is where it lies. SCL footy coming live to the rest of the country to come the end of a rain-soaked, wind-swept, hail-battered crowd. Westswarriors would stand proud and become victorious and progress through the second round against our nemesis that is the Chargers of South West London. That would see us go in the hat for the third round where some of the championship teams drop into it as well. Can you imagine getting a London Broncos Toulouse, a trip to Toulouse? Or who would it be? There was 7-time winner Widnes Vikings in here. Imagine that 7 times they won the Challenge Cup being pitted against us. As the draw approached, everyone was on tenters. Would we get an NCL team again? Out come the hat. Westswarriors drawn out first. Everyone like, yes, here we go, here we go. We'll play Widnes Vikings. Yes, we get to play 7-time cup winners. What an opportunity. For obvious reasons, the game couldn't be played at Warriors because there are no stands there. So it will be another away day up to the Heartlands and Widnes in the M62 belt. And what a trip it would prove to be. The draw was made, travel arrangements made, hotel booked, game on. Warriors, Widnes, Wests, Vikings, Challenge Cup 4th round. This is where dreams are made of and an incredible opportunity for the lads who will never disappoint, never let us down. 1,200 new friends, all following the Westswarriors and their SCL journey this year. An incredible run, unfortunately, would come to an end at the hands of a well-oiled John Keir coached Widnes Vikings, who would be victorious. But the try of the game was definitely the Warriors one, and the Widnes crowd went wild. Incredible day for the club, incredible day for the coach and the players and everyone associated with the Brotherhood. What a day. This is how fantasies are made. This is what dreams are made of. So after a 3-game Challenge Cup run would come to an end, this would set us up nicely with enough players for 2 squads, rotating week in, week out. Now set us in good stead for the upcoming London Men's Prem season and another tilt at the SCL title, having won 2 out of the last 3. With the numbers we had for our Challenge Cup run, this would give huge encouragement to the coaching team with so many bodies looking to play for the greatest team in the SCL. We might have just played 3 extra games in the Challenge Cup, but we were back. We were bad and we were going to unleash our beast. And I can't say it enough. It is just brilliant to go and play down there and be part of something special. So as we near the end of this week's episode of the singular gospel of the oval ball, I just want to thank you all for staying tuned and listening in, because there's a lot to get through. Loads of great things going on in Rugby League at the moment. So I'm ready to unleash on a new summer season. All of the links that I've spoken about in this podcast are going to be at the bottom. So give them a look, give them a share, have a look at what's on offer and make your choices. Once again, thank you for being part of this journey. And you can spread the word on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Castbox, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, and of course here on Spotify. Let's get me Spotify wrapped up to 100 million listens and views, because that's where we're going to end up. We're going to end up stratospherical. You know where it's going. PQ, Quilly and the Viking. Let's go, brothers and sisters.